close, it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. My love, I'm gone. I need to be strong. The darkness had tried to swallow me. Some days I fall, but I hear your call. I pray I don't hit the ground. Gravity. Gravity.
Hold on. I don't know what's happening. My stream setup's all wonky because I'm trying to play a new game and it's just messing up with my stuff and it's annoying. So let me just anywho, my name is Parsival_What's1. You can follow my YouTube, you can follow my Twitch, you can follow my my Discord. It'll tell you when I go live as well, as long as with my Twitch right there. But yeah, I'll be playing Stanley Parables today. I didn't stream Thursday. I pushed it off to Friday, and then I pushed it off to Saturday, and then I pushed it off today. So I'm going to try and make this stream a little bit longer than what I normally would. And let's just get into it. Oh, you can call me Parcel or you can call me Watts. It doesn't matter. And let's just get into it. And hopefully I can get this where I can show. Nope. I had it fixed where I could show it, and now it's not doing it. And I have no idea why. I literally made it where I can get it on there, and now it's not there anymore. Why aren't you here? Hello? Game? Game. It's like it's not even registering. Okay, let me add a whole new game capture real quick. Hopefully this doesn't... Oh, come on! Game capture, hello. Give me my Stanley Parables, please. Okay, doesn't want to do it. It literally does not want to capture it. Okay, don't know why. Why do you not want to work? Hello, game? Hold on, let me see if I can get it to run in a window. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to run it into a window because apparently full screen bugs the crap out of it. Okay. Let me see if I can get this into full screen now. There we go. Okay. Go to audio. Let me know if that is good for everyone. And let's begin the game. And I'm probably gonna have to I know I'm gonna have to edit this. But I know if I do, it's gonna cause the game to glitch. And I don't want to do that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
How's everyone's Easter Sunday going?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip the intro. Okay. Okay. Options. Keyboard. Okay, here we go. So W's to move forward, back. Mouse 1. What's mouse 1? Can I just make that E? There we go. Do anything there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the captions? Hold on. I put full captions. Subtitles only. Okay, let's try. See if we can't get this to work.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Hold on, let me fix it. Video. Let me.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What is the game doing to me? Hello, game. What are you doing? I don't know what my game is doing to my stream. Like, I can't even see the chat now. Okay, so if I do that, I can see chat. Come on, stupid game.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace.
Alright, what's my options to jump? I don't remember. I know you can jump in this game, I think. Okay, so it's only duck.
Of his co-workers.
I know there's a way I can get up there, I just don't remember how. There is a way you can get out of that window right there. I just don't remember exactly how. Okay.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Username, access. Okay, so that did nothing. Hey, is that guy playing Tetris? Solitaire. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope, we're gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, that's not why. It's because I don't care what you say.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all,
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope, we're gonna go dead straight.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
I'm just gonna unplug the phone.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Oh, it's not even showing the captions on the screen.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone.
Hold on. Is there a way I can fix that? In the game. Hold on. I think if I can go back in the game settings.
He's taken to his apartment where he finds...
Okay, I see what the problem is now. I have this set way too... Yeah. There we go.
his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Maybe.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
I'm sorry, back what?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
More.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Okay.
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Really?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Oh, did I
That
miss the
story would make
ending where I
no
just
sense at
jump off
all.
and die?
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Keycard opening. Okay. Is it really gonna have me go back all the way to the 2 double doors?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free
Well,
in
if I
the
go
real
back
world.
to the door on the right.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope, we're going right again.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Dang it. Fine, I'll go left. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
You don't have to.
I have to. I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yes.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Well, I'm sorry,
That
I'm not
thought
Stanley.
hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Don't you call me a child.
My story.
I don't care about your story. Don't.
If you'd
don't have
just
the right
gone
to call
through
me
the
a
door on the
child.
left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Going right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
No,
Just follow
I
my
wanna
lead
go
and
left.
you'll be fine.
I wanna go
All
right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. We're going right. And you can't make me.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
I want to enter the door.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. But we're going to go to the broom closet. And you can't make me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, apparently I can't enter the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't want to go to my boss's office. You ever thought about that?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Oh, we found an end.
I need you to walk through the door.
Oh. I'm assuming that's the,
Can you hear me? Is everything
that's
all right?
1 of 19.
Stanley, this is important.
I'm assuming that is,
The story needs you.
the telephone
needs you to make a
ending,
decision.
I believe.
It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Oh, he's so
That's
sad.
all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay, so we found one ending. Okay, so I can't do anything there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, found another ending.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
It's empty.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Is this another ending?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
An
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Wow. Yes, this room.
Into it.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yep.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone... What? Really? But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
So that's one ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to try to see if I can land on to the,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're gonna see if we can land on
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
To see what's behind that door.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, we're gonna go blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I want to go through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley.
No.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Let's go back to
Was
the
it
red
worth
door, then.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Well, I have no way to communicate with you,
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
I don't want to.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No, thanks. We'll go this way. No. Wait.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now,
What?
Tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know?
There's no opinion. It's
Any
in the
level
middle.
of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
It's in the middle.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
This is
And
my
to be
first time
perfectly
playing,
candid,
boys.
I think I've knocked it out of the park
I
with
don't
this
know what
one.
you're talking about. This is
Let's
my first
take a
time playing.
look.
Okay, let's go this way.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Sure, why not? Is it what I think it is?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Fire,
I think
baby,
the art world
fire,
will really
baby,
take notice.
baby,
But of course,
baby.
the message of the game only becomes
Should I
clear
let the kid
once you've been
burn, or
playing
should
it
I
for
try to
about
just hit
4
the button?
hours.
Let me see
So
what happens
why
if I
don't
hit the
you
button.
give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh my gosh, that button's loud. I gotta play this for 4 hours. I wanna see what happens how long it takes to beat the game if I do it this way. I'm actually curious now. I ain't doing this for 4 hours. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens if I let the kid burn.
You heartless bastard.
Fine, I
Did
was
you do it
curious.
because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because
spite
if it's
you.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough?
Okay, wasn't
Tell me
like
that,
this,
Stanley.
but okay.
Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. I don't want to go mining. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, maybe you do.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
But I was enjoying Minecraft. You can't do that to me. Wait a minute. Portals? Are we?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Aha, I got out. It's literally portals.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Thank you.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue...
Okay. What just happened? Some kind of dark passageway? Can I get a light? Hello? Gang? Huh. So, no. Hey, there's light. What is this? Security cam? Blue screen? get in that room?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
Kind of
Down in
room?
wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
I mean...
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
Except for my father.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
And my viewers.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. Well, that's an ending?
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
Okay.
Just a matter of time.
Now, which way was the broom closet?
When
Broom
Stanley
closet
came to a
was
set
to
of
the
two
left, I
open
think.
doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here
Nothing here
either.
for me to interact
Feeling a
with.
wave of disbelief,
Broom closet.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing
see what
here,
happens if
so
I
he
stay
turned
here.
around and got back on track.
No, I want to see what happens if I stay in this broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason
Well,
to
I mean, I
still
got a
be
deep
here.
bucket. But I got rope. Or tubing.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing
something
there
there. Flip
doing
that over.
sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing
yes,
nothing?
but-
Why? Please offer me some
hello,
explanation here.
Gentleaway.
I'm genuinely confused.
Hello, I'm playing Stanley's Parable, and I'm just getting all the different
You
endings.
do realize there's no choice or anything in
How's
here,
your
right?
Sunday going?
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find
I
out.
mean, technically,
But
you
it didn't
said
even occur
walk
to me because
past.
literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the
Well, I'm not leaving
story
the broom closet.
whatsoever. I
And
never
you
would
can't
have
make
thought
me.
to mention it.
I know everyone. Oh, that's cool.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say,
what friends?
did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite. I hope your
I wouldn't say
friends
it's my
find this
favourite.
concerning.
But I would say it's one of the most bizarre ways of ending the game.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid
if
he
you ever need
is.
help on here,
That or with drug money.
will do.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I'm sorry. Are we just gonna bypass the fact that he's called me fat and
Well, I've come to a
stupid?
very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm not.
You
Wait,
got to
am I
this
dead?
broom closet, explored it a bit,
mean-
and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and
That might be a lot,
insightful
buddy.
commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're going downstairs. Alright, so there's nothing here. Ooh, hello, door.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Wait, what?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
That's an 8-6.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Stanley's Parable?
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Okay, so let me do this real quick. Face. The game is louder than you. I just hear it all the time. Okay. So the game is louder than me. Okay. Type face punch. Face punch.
Make me go back to my job.
Okay. Options, audio.
Let me continue.
Okay. Let me know if that
Pushing
is
the
better.
buttons. Please. It's
Oh,
all I
in-game.
want.
Okay.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Face punch.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Okay, so this is it. Okay.
And then she turned and ran.
Okay. That was a weird,
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Big red button that should never be pressed.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. Yes. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, From here, it's, left.
Nope. Nope. I don't trust you.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
See?
No.
Let me go through the door.
Right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
What?
It's clearly... Oh, dear. Would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh, no. Take your time. It's not like I'm streaming or anything.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay. Yes. I've got it now. Combo? This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, so it's this way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to
Wait, who's fired?
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Wait! I don't want to start... I don't want to be back here. Can I do anything on this computer? No. Okay, so it does nothing
All of his
there. Okay.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't think I did.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
What?
No, no, I restarted.
2, 3,
I swear, I
4,
definitely
5.
restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
7 doors to go through.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you
No.
move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
That's
It
what I was
right
going to
here
say.
just a
You're
minute
the one-
ago. I
you're the
know
one
for
who's,
sure that it's here somewhere. Okay,
You're the
then.
one who wrote it.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I want to go this way. Okay, option 1, option 2, 3, 4, or 5. Which door should I go through? 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5? 1 through 5. Put a number in the chat if you want me to go through one of the doors. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4,
I'll say
5.
it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you
does it not
there
matter?
definitely was a story here before.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Do we just...
We're gonna go
Do we
this
need
way.
to restart the game again? Well, I find it
way.
unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over
This
and over
way.
again. But it's got to be better than
Wait
this.
a minute.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I was going through a door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Okay,
it mean?
so that
Stanley
did nothing.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And now there's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh, how did I miss this door? 421.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story.
in?
Okay, let's head
They're
back
all
the other
pointing
way
back at the
and
door.
retrace our
Okay.
steps.
That.
Now this...
Got it.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I
don't know.
can't quite recall, but I
Wait,
believe
wait a
my
minute.
story
Where'd the
took
door
place in
go?
an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
I mean,
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
well, this is
good
a crappy
job.
ending.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Can I go through this
Okay?
window?
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I mean, you don't have to restart.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is
Wait.
that?
Do I have to follow the line? No, I don't want to follow the line. I don't want to follow my own. I want to see what happens if I don't follow the line.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Fine. Well, follow your stupid, yellow brick road line here.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no
down this
story
way.
there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no
Ah,
destination
I can bypass
still
the
a
yellow.
story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
No.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. There's a box there, 2 blonde, pitcher, clock, fern. Okay. Don't know why I gotta look at a fern, but okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
But I don't want to go in a loop. I feel like this is just going to be in one massive loop.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It's going up in the ceiling. Like,
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
3 doors?
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
What if I don't want to walk in a circle?
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
But I want to go through this door. The
Hold up, what's this?
confusion ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Restart the game.
And we're supposed to restart the game eight times?
Now, many
That's really how all this goes?
Aimless wandering.
It's all
narrator resets the game.
determined?
Restart. Office now.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall.
Find the confusing ending
Well,
schedule.
you consulted me. Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
No longer an office.
And the timer goes. Stopped?
Find a bookstore. Find a bookstore?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
Deteriorating, attempt to make a story.
Will someone come for us?
Will
something happen?
Office, simply backspace, wondering in blackness, find a bookstore. Find
So,
a bookstore.
Okay.
Did we find a bookstore?
I guess now we just wait.
Get bored and
You know,
leave, narrator
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
I don't want him to
We'll
choose.
find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if
Damn it!
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left or right? I'll let chat decide which door I go through. Left or right? Right or left? Left or right? You know, let's see. Which one should we go through? Left or right? Left or right? Right or left? The world may never know. Did you get to the catwalk? Yes. I got to the catwalk. And I did the phone ending, and then the only thing I didn't do, I didn't answer the phone. Because I immediately unplugged it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
I wonder
just
if that's
to
an ending
admire
if I
it.
just answer the phone.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm gonna go see if I answer the phone.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
now I can walk
5
off and
years ago.
immediately die.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
I've
we've
already
gotten
gone through
off
that
on the
door,
wrong
and I've
foot
already
here. I'm not your enemy,
unplugged
really,
the phone,
I'm
but I
not.
never actually
I
answered
realize
the
that
phone.
investing your trust in someone else can be
So
difficult.
I'm gonna see
but
what
the
happens if I
fact is that
answer
the
the phone.
story has been about
I feel
nothing
like there's
but you
2 phone
all
endings.
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
No,
about.
because I walk on the
Please,
list.
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now,
I walk on
I'm
the
not
list.
asking for me. I'm
I mean,
asking for her.
that catwalk? You mean that catwalk right there? And it leads into the monitor with all... Yeah.
This is it, Stanley.
Yeah, I've done that
Your
one.
chance to redeem yourself. To put
The
your
only thing I
work
didn't do was
aside.
answer the
To
phone.
let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need...
See, this is the only one I didn't do it. Because I immediately just unplugged it. I didn't answer it.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Yes.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't want to go inside.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Fine, I'll go in.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What do you mean death?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes
Did
is
I
a reminder
die?
of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press 9.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to
I want
do.
to see what happens if I don't press
Now
9.
he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now He's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No. I want to see what happens if I don't press it. Does nothing happen if I don't press it? Or does it, we just sit here and waste time? Okay, I'm just gonna press it.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Now press N to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
TV?
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful.
Hey, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the What's
As
Nation.
he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing's changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I hate...
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Did you do
he
the
won't listen to me. He won't
ending?
stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Yeah,
how can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press forward to question nothing. Okay.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
I know there's something that
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Did the game just tell me to die? That's kind of rude. Okay, let's find out what the narrator...
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go through here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief Who orchestrated this? What dark secret was being held from him?
Or is it 245A?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Two, 8, 5, 4. Hello? Hello?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I guess we go down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But what if I want to go that way? There's a baby ending that needs 4 hours. Yeah, I saw that. That's probably something I'm gonna have to do like off stream. That
the
way,
lights rose on an enormous room.
I can actually
packed
sit
with
there for
television
4
screens.
hours.
What horrible
and,
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Finish it.
Did he have the strength to
Because
find out?
you guys don't want to see me play that game for like 4 hours. Yeah, there's no way you guys want to see me sit there
Now
hitting
the
a
monitors
baby
jumped to
button
life, their
for
true
4
nature
hours.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
I know
The
you guys don't
lives
want me
of
to
so
do that.
many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So that's something I'm gonna have to do like off stream.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Ooh,
Wasn't
bright
it?
red light.
Was it
was
even
dark,
possible?
and then
Had he
bright
truly
red.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the
Dark.
world?
Bright red.
But
And
here was the
then,
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of
What
it
do these
monitored
do?
and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's 4. Okay, there's 5. Okay, I don't know what that button did, but let's see. Mind control idle awaiting.
And when at last he found the source of the room's
Off or
power,
on,
he knew
off
it
or
was his
on.
duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What should we do? Should we turn it on or should we turn it off? The buttons do nothing. Okay, so if they do nothing, I'll turn it off. And then we'll try to get back to that room and see if we can see what happens if we turn it on.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know. Is it over?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Oh, I already turned it off.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That's a weird ending. Beat the game. Huh. Now there's...
Already this was uncomfortable.
Papers?
And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to see if I can get to that room again and then
Yet
turn it
there
on.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, so we go down. And then let's see. Escape, please. Wait, what do you mean escape?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I want to see what happens if I turn it on. I can do that later, I guess. Well, maybe not.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Here, I'll do that one later. Begin the game again.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
The left way.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Isn't there like a way I can like jump or something? Right there? It's just an endless stairway.
I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
I have to type in the code this time. And then we'll go to the escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What violent death?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Do what?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
That's interesting. What the? Wait a minute. What? I didn't die?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay. Is there something I'm supposed to do here? I don't remember these levers. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. The first one, released in May 2012, it features a series of broken rooms and the voices of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of Stanley Parable. Ew, do we get to watch it? No. Okay. Okay, so we did that one. The freedom ending. Now, where's that fern? Okay, so nothing's here. That's the telephone ending. The cargo lift. Don't remember that one. Oh, that cargo lift. Okay, I remember that one. Maintenance layout. Meeting room. Wait, was there a meeting room ending?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one
It's a
another.
museum.
How
Okay.
they both wish to be free.
Doink.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not.
Find the
Sometimes
exit.
these things
Well,
cannot
turn
be seen.
something off.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
Whoops. Was that it? Is that it? I just restart the game? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. Can't go that way. Can I go this way? Oh! To be rich is a crime. To commit crime isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Okay. Can I go through these doors? Ooh! Up or down? Let's go up. And then we'll go up. So calming. Wait, did they say Stanley? Oh, it's the narrator singing. be in this elevator for? Jeez. Why did I go down? Is it just... this does nothing? So this literally does nothing. So this is literally just a waste of time. Hit the elevator, but if it's gonna like eventually stop, or just literally just vibrates and I haven't left. So the elevator basically does nothing, I'm assuming. I'm assuming it did nothing.
Here's the door, just go.
Okay, here we go down. And then
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
okay, so we already did that. Let me see what happens if I turn it on.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Let's find out. We'll see what happens if I turn it on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Right, door to the boss's office. Go back before it closes.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it?
Okay, so
was it
I'll
even
check
possible?
That one after
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
If I turn it on, it'd be
But here was the proof.
Another ending.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Backup
Make
power
it count.
to activate.
Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Okay. You can't escape. Darn. Okay. And you said
Just
to
a
go
step
back to
through this
the
door,
boss's
Stanley thought to
office.
himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. Am I supposed to go through that door? Or am I still supposed to go through the boss's door?
Here's the door, just go.
Dang it. wanna go. Why don't I hit 9? Let's see. Alright, so let me restart here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, and you said to go to the boss's room before it closes?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So there's nothing. There's no. Okay.
Here's the door.
Ah! Screw you, boss. Okay, now what? I go back this way? I'm so confused. So that door's locked. Those are locked. Those do nothing. Do I just go back down? What do I do? Just go and then go back in here? And just go back the way I came or something? Ah! What's through this door? You are now leaving. Escape pod bay. So, okay. No? Okay. Let's just get on like some kind of elevator or something? $758. $759. Escape. Okay, so escape pod launch bay. Okay, so it's escape pod. Do it. What just happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Now, how do I get to the room
When
that
Stanley
has
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his
activate
left.
pod, so it reset. Ah. Okay. I know there's oh, what is it? I know there's one that has like a bunch of colorful dots in it. How do I get to that room? Because I've seen people play it. Don't remember how to get to it. Okay. Countdown, museum, escape pod. First, you have to select the input on 419's computer. I kind of already screwed that up. Okay, so let me restart this. Because I gotta go to 419.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I think I missed.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And then restart the game. And then it says go to 423.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
423. Restart the game. And then go all the way to the boss's office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Cargo lift.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Give me a second to do this one. Reset the game, and then activate on 434.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Reset game. I did something. Ah! Ooh! Press. So I just press buttons all day? all the buttons off. Okay, 5 clicks to the door, 430. Alright, so that does nothing. Okay. Broom closet. Confusing ending. Powerful ending. Take the door on the right to the warehouse. Drop to your death without boarding the platform. This is new.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. I went the wrong way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Go this way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Go here.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to
4:30.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh wait, 4:30. Oh no. Go to the catwalk from the top of the cargo lift. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Should we try it?
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. 20. 417. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Uh, 437. Now, how do I get to door 437? Do I have to restart the game? 437, 437, 437.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, now what? Okay, so that did nothing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
You
office.
closed the door behind you, now you need to do everything again. Oh. Alright,
All of his
so
co-workers
go
were
to
gone. What could it
4:30.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Alright, so we're going to door 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437, 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. 417, 416, 415. 1, 2.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. No, 419's this way. Okay.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
A lot of running back and forth.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it!
Click on
Oh,
door
wow.
430
That felt amazing.
5 times.
Oh,
Jeez.
you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think,
that was
only
the
a few
weirdest.
minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Okay. Why is this room different? Okay, so 5, 4, 4, 5, 2 goes 5. Okay, this makes no sense. 414, 451, 452, 453.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he'd coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I've already done that. I've already done that door before. And that was just a literal loop. But we'll do it again, I think.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during
Yeah, I've already did this. There we go. Okay, so let's go right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
And
decided to
there's a
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
catwalk.
simply missed a memo.
So there's another catwalk, ending?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business,
Okay.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that
Okay,
he
so
is in
that one-
control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to
Was
do,
one.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And take the lift.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What red door?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure.
Oh, that red door.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's some... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Yeah, I figured I did it wrong.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, not that door. This door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What red door? This door? Okay. So for the ending, take the right door, go through the warehouse, take the lift, jump onto the catwalk, take the red door. Go into the warehouse, take the lift, jump onto the catwalk, take the red door. Okay. So we go on here, jump
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control...
Okay. Okay. Just within take the right door into the warehouse, take the lift, and jump on the catwalk. Take the blue door 3 times, then you walk in the large room full of belt textures. Art ending. Do what you would do to get the game, then you go and you get the better and play for 2 hours. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Close the door to your office and start at the start of the game instead. Okay.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay. I don't think I finished this one properly. Yeah, just hit buttons. They literally have more buttons for me to, more buttons than I can push. How many buttons am I supposed to be pressing? They literally relight up more than I can click. Let me see. Closet, heaven. Okay, so that I've already beat. Okay. Broom closet. Confusing. Okay.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The others are literally just, yeah, it makes sounds, yeah. And then the others are literally just, because I know there's a one where I climb up, like, different stairs and I jump off. Oh, can't jump. Watch me. Okay.
Here's the door, just go.
I don't want to just go. I want to see if there's like anything else in here that I can. Okay, I think I found all the endings basically. So, on that note, I am gonna end stream. That's by the catwalk. Let me see who is streaming, and then we will raid them. Even though I'm only raiding with one, but still. Let me see who's all playing out of all my friends. Ooh, I haven't raided or hosted this person in a while. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and just raid. Even though it's only with one, but we're just gonna raid him. And he is my moderator. 2011. Drop him a follow, tell him Parcel sent you guys, and hopefully we can do some collabing together. And I will catch you guys later.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the Tahoe closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity?